Morning.
How are you?
How's the travel been?
Fantastic.
Good. I know you had a players' meeting before the first training session on Monday. What have you spoken about to try and change the results, to try and change the pattern of defeats?
Well, we have just been continuing trying to implement the principles we would like to have in play, showing them the good stuff from our last camp and the bad things as well. Just trying to learn from the last camp, building on to this one. Honestly, maybe Nathan could answer that one better than me, but I really feel much better this camp, both on meetings, on the sessions. Is a higher tempo in what we are doing. That would tell me that they are getting it better than last time, and maybe understandable. A new coach, maybe new things, etc. So I feel much better this camp, but that's mainly what we have been doing. I think we have had 5 meetings or something, so we're doing more talking than training.
From a player's point of view, Nathan, how has it been? I mean, I imagine you'll captain the side tomorrow?
No, it's been a very positive week, I think. I think we've had a lot of meetings, obviously, but we've had to. It's part and parcel of international football. I think the work we've done on the pitch has been very productive, and I think we're looking forward to going now, and we have a good feeling this week. We felt a lot better. We know our ways around what the gaffer wants again, and yeah, there's been a better feeling this week.
Damien?
Hi, Heimir. Can you draw parallels between the job you're trying to do now with Ireland and the mission you launched with Iceland all those years ago?
Yeah, it's a lot of similarities. Starting from a low point, I would say, in both projects. Trying to build a structure, which is really important in a national team, not taking it a game by game, but building something together from one game to another, trying to build on what we did last time, etc. I think that is really important. Said so many times that it's so different to be a national team coach. For example, if you just take this camp, and it will be the same next camp. Players play on Sunday, they come, they cannot train on Monday, so yesterday was probably the only real training session we can have. So that's the only time we have all the players and they are physically ready to do a training session. So it's tough to be a coach and have only one training session. So we just need to have everything ready on what we did last time and try to build on that one, because the players will then go to their clubs and do something totally different for a month. And then next time they will come, we will again have one training session. So we just need to be ready and clear on what we want, not to overload the players with information, just keep on building, and then slowly, camp by camp, improving what we are doing.
It's been a difficult couple of years in terms of results. Does the team almost have to learn how to win games again?
No, we just need to find our ways to win. And once we do, then hopefully we can keep on winning.
Nathan, just wait for your question. Microphone, please.
Heimir, in the past, Irish teams generally the day before the match would have trained quite late in the evening. It's obviously a little bit earlier today. What's your thought process about getting the players out on the pitch very early, having just arrived in yesterday evening, and obviously it's a long time till kick-off then tomorrow night?
No, that would be my preference of doing it this way. I think traveling is one thing. Let's say we would have a lot of coaches do the same time as kickoff time. That would mean today we would just be waiting for a training in the afternoon. Instead, we finish that off. And then the players can do whatever they need to do. Some players probably need to get some sleep, so they can do that, after the training session. And then tomorrow we'll do an activation in the morning and have a late kickoff. That's just my preference. I think that's better in the environment we are working in, and especially traveling between countries. I think that's a good thing to do the training early, and have then the players can choose what they do for the rest of the day.
Nathan, can I just ask you about the captaincy, what it means to you, your experience of being a leader, maybe people you've spoken to about leadership, and your role within the camp as captain for this one without a lot of the experienced players being here?
Yeah, obviously, huge moment for me and my family. I probably didn't take it in the moment as much as I should have, but that's just the way I am. I think my family did. I think they were crying in the stand. Honestly, it means a lot to me and my family. I think this camp, it's nearly easy being a captain in this team because there's so many leaders. I could go through the team now and you could name 6 or 7 boys that'll help me out, that'll like chip in, you know, talk, motivate, and makes my job easier. And obviously, I'm missing a few of the older boys, you know, past leaders. It is time for boys to step up, and it's time for us to start showing our leadership.
Ed Leahy, please.
Heimir, you mentioned you're losing a day of training because of the away trip, but is there something about away trips that can bring a squad together, can really help bond the team? And you know, at this time, it's probably come at a good time to go on a trip with the team and to help to really forge that bond within the team.
I think if you're on I wouldn't say maybe a losing streak. If you're in a downward spiral, I think it's good to go somewhere and do something different in a different country, different hotel, different environment, shake things up. And of course, the players are staying together much more and closer. So that's a good team building thing, to travel, to stay somewhere else, etc. So that's one thing in this.
In terms of the match tomorrow night, can you, even though confidence is low, can you ask the team to play without fear tomorrow night? And do you think that confidence will come just by playing, you know, without the burden of the jersey, as you say?
Yeah, I think without fear just goes in line with confidence of knowing what you should do. And then you start to play without fear. When everybody is doing, you know, go in the same direction, knowing what is going to happen. I said before, before this camp and after the last camp, I felt the kind of it looks like players are not confident when there is a run but not a pass, or there is a pass and not a run, and there's not, you know, in defense. The decision making is slow because you're hesitant of going. So I think confidence comes with knowing what you're doing, and then slowly you build upon that.
Any further questions in the lower section? Okay, we're moving to the embargoed section, so everything from this point onwards is 11 p.m. Irish time tonight. This is for the embargoed section.
Okay.
Mark, if you want to get us started. Yeah. Just Mark, yeah? Super.
Nathan, if you could just discuss the challenges, excuse me, like Heimir was talking about, of only getting those kind of brief opportunities to train and to kind of learn what he wants to do with this team.
Yeah, as I said, it's part and parcel, isn't it, of international football. Sometimes you have more time, sometimes, you know, sometimes it's a one-game international break, isn't it? But we're unfortunate it's folded like this, you know. But there's not much we can do about it. We just have to soak in all the information they give us. We're professional. This is what we do. You know, we have to. It's our job. So it doesn't change much for us. I think we just have to soak in all the information, do our most we can do on the pitch, and just work from there. There's not much else you can do.
Paul?
Heimir, it looks like the stadium might only be half full tomorrow. Is that an advantage to you, and if so, how?
No, I don't think it's an advantage or disadvantage to us. Obviously, there will be less maybe people supporting Finland, but I think once the game starts, the players are not looking up in the stands. They just focus on what they are doing. So I don't feel an advantage or a disadvantage.
Owen?
Hey Nathan, we've talking a lot about the lack of results lately. Do you feel a lack of confidence coming in, or what has to change?
I don't think it's a lack of confidence. I think it's fairly frustrating, of course. I think it's annoying, and we're eager to make it right. I think there's a lot of frustration within the lads because we know as a group we are a good team. We have good players. We see what we're doing at a club level as individuals, and lots of players are flying at the moment. So I think it's more frustration that we can't get that result. But I think, as I said, this week has felt better as a group, talking with the lads, the information we're taking in, the way we've been training. everything does feel better, and so we're looking forward to the game now.
David?
Nathan, how's it going? You said there it's easy to be the captain in this team because there are maybe 6 or 7 different leaders. Have a group of yous got together, like obviously the manager said there, it's maybe felt like a bit of a downward spiral, but have a group of yous actually got together to discuss what's been going on over the last little while and how to change things?
No, we haven't really had the time for that either, you know what I mean? But we don't need that again. It's, as I said, there is many leaders I can go through. I could go through 6 or 7 different lads that will help out, but I don't think we need to create a group of leaders to change what's happening. We know what's happening. We know what we need to do. It's just about doing it on the pitch, you know, getting boys ready for meetings, just being professional and getting everyone going and make sure their standards are as high as possible.
The away record isn't great, but you've produced one of the better moments with your goal. Would you take a goal or a clean sheet tomorrow?
I'll take both if I could.
Neil and Dan, yeah. And then we'll move over to this side of the room eventually.
Hi, Heimir. Just the way things have changed, you said one training session. Have you had to change the way you coach compared to Iceland when the international windows were longer?
I don't think so much. Of course, learning the culture, how to talk to them is, of course, a strange accent guy coming trying to speak Irish. So that's probably the toughest thing. Like I've said before, I'm trying to use the assistant coaches as much as I can to also deliver the message that we want to get through. But no, I don't think I am doing anything different than from them before.
Sure. Lucas Hradecki said Ireland's style of play was pretty straightforward, but it could be positively chaotic. Is that a fair characterization, and do you regard positively chaotic as a compliment?
No, I don't want to comment on that comment. But if that is his analyzation, then we must respect his opinion on it. But we just want to be effective in what we are doing. If he thinks that's chaotic, then okay.
I just want to ask about Sammy Smodics. He's played a couple of different positions since he's been in the Ireland squad before you came in. But even last month, you played him sort of more centrally in the second game. Is that where you see him going forward in that role?
No, he has many qualities. One of them is his eagerness to run in behind, defense, finding spaces. For example, the Greece game, he went multiple times in behind the defensive line without getting the pass, but he kept on going. There's not many players that have that in modern football today, the will to go endlessly. Normally they would stop running when the pass doesn't come. But no, he can play a lot of positions. It's just this energy and this enthusiasm that you want in your team that he has. And I think we haven't found his best position, but we are looking. So who knows if he plays tomorrow in what position he'll pop up in.
Nathan, can I just say, I think you gave an interview after the last game that you were sick of losing. It was quite a sort of a strong interview. Does that sort of reflect the sentiment in the camp? I think maybe there was some comments around the last camp from outside. Does it hurt these players enough to lose? I suppose, does your interview after the last game reflect the feelings of the group that maybe you've had enough of this, I guess?
Yeah, of course. We're all Irish, we're all footballers. We all want to win every game with Ireland. We've always said it's a dream to play for Ireland. Well, it's a dream to qualify for tournament. It's a dream to push this team to the next level. So I think, I said after the last game, there was a lot of talk in the dressing room between the lads. It wasn't nice. It was a tough chat, as a group. And we've been speaking this week as well, how much we just want to win, how much we just want to get over that line, get that good feeling back, get that feeling back into the country. And, as a group, I think we are all sick of it, and we all are getting frustrated, as I said before. But as I said again, this week there has been a better feeling going into it, so we are looking forward to the game.
Aidan, please.
Just two for Heimir. Heimir, how do you strike a balance between a player's quality and what you know he can do in game time? I'm thinking particularly Andrew Omobamidele, who hasn't had minutes for Nottingham Forest. Can he go into the team tomorrow to play this? Tomorrow with no minutes? Yeah,
sure. Often players play really well with the national team, even though they're not doing it with their clubs, and then vice versa as well. So that does not need to go hand in hand at all. If he's doing his job for the national team and doing well and the team is doing well, I see no reason why it should be. It's obviously always the individual, the position, who we are playing, the team selection. So no, it doesn't need to be, but of course that will be the preference, that the player is playing really well, flying in his team, coming into the national team. That will always be the preference.
And can I just ask you about Finland, what you expect from them? I think Karanen had probably been one of their form players with Sparta Prague, playing really well in the Champions League, but he's injured. Does that change their plans, or how do you plan for Finland?
No, they're playing, I would say that they would play a style that we think we know more or less how they're going to play. They are really tactical, hard-working team, honest team, honest players, quick back, quick transition team, and how they score goals is maybe easy to analyze, but difficult to play against. And that's a sign of a good team, and that is why they qualified for major finals, is that they are effective in the way they are playing.
Finally, Philip.
Heimir, good morning. Have you any personal memories of Helsinki in your football career?
No, I think we played it. I don't even remember the result, Finland against Iceland. I don't even remember what the result was here. But I remember we stayed at the same hotel as we are doing now.
Did you get a good result?
I don't know. I don't remember. I was thinking back.
To check that one. Have you been here much over the years?
No, I haven't been much in Finland. I think it's my third time. Strange. Normally we would travel a lot around Scandinavia.
Finally, have you a target in mind for these two games, a points target?
No, my wish is that our performance will improve from last game to this game and from this game to the next game. I think there's not a big difference between us, Finland and Greece. So if we improve our performance, I think then it's closer to the win. So I just want a better performance. Of course, you always like to win. But a target, I'm not setting it, but I think and I'm feeling positive, much more positive from what I see on training and meetings than I did last camp.
Very finally, Nathan, beside you, what qualities has he got as a player and as a captain?
Well, he's just an all-around good footballer, on the ball, off the ball, leadership, playing at a high level day in, day out. So it's not like one negative thing about his way of playing. Just a good guy as well.
Cheers, boss.
Just one more from Mark there, and then we'll wrap up.
Heimir, there's been a lot of kind of negative comments, I suppose, from former players who are pundits now, and I know you've probably spoken about this before. Richard Dunn again yesterday was quite negative. Have you a message to these kind of pundits ahead of tomorrow's game?
No, that's the industry. Your job is trying to get prescribers to listen to you, to buy your papers, whatever that, and you write what you need to get prescribers. And we need to respect your opinions. So to have an opinion on your opinion, you know, if we need to do that all day long, then probably we will not be coaching at all. We don't have time for that. So whatever people's opinion is, that's their opinions. We need to respect it.
Super stuff. All right. Thanks, guys.
Careful, you.